the people stop underestimating us.
That's a bit of a paradox there, isn't it? Doesn't really care about what people think, but then hopes that people will stop underestimating them. Doesn't see himself as a big team, but then enjoy beating Heroic. I don't know. I don't know what I made of that. But Duncan, can you maybe dissect that psychologically?
I mean, I have to say, whenever someone says, I don't care what people think about me, they're usually going out of their way to let you know that they really don't care what people think. You know, they actually care that you know that they don't care what you think about it. You know, most people who don't care, they just go, whatever, and then they don't make a comment on it. You know, it doesn't bother them. So I think they are young players. You know, they're inexperienced. I mean, even in interviews, you see they're kind of still figuring out. They don't know the stock answers. You know, every team in our team is good. You know, we're only focusing on our game. You know, all
cheer
the usual ones.
Cheer for us in the next match.
So I think he was caught between what he actually thought there and what he thought he wanted to say. You know,
tricky. I mean, in all seriousness, though, I will say that I think we sometimes forget that this is a very young team. They are young players. They are still learning their trade and doing it in front of us, everyone, very publicly. And having had some success in China, and then, you know, he mentioned in that interview, beating Heroic was one of the most beautiful moments in their career. And you look at that and go, you won a close qualifier match. Yep. Hell, that's not that big, dude. What the hell? To them, it is, though. It is a big deal because it means another step has been achieved. So perhaps sometimes, I don't know about underestimating, perhaps we expect too much from them.
That's actually what's funny is he's saying about the academy aspect. That will help with that. If they become a separate team entirely, we'll just judge them purely on the merits of the results.
Yep.
You know, if they do well, people will say they're rising. The whole point is if you're called Fnatic Academy, first of all, even though it's not the case in CSGO right now, it carries some sort of intimation. You know, one of you could go up to the main Fnatic team sometime. That doesn't really seem like it's going to happen. So people are thinking about that, you know, are any of these teams the future? And just the Fnatic name means people think, oh, were you picked out especially by Fnatic? Do you get to practice Fnatic? There's all these kind of side topics that will make people pay attention. So I would say you got to kind of take the rough with the smooth on that one. I mean, it gives you more attention initially, so it makes people want to watch you. And then you have the chance to perhaps show them that you're not overrated or that you deserve the attention.
All right. I'd love to talk more about it and get your view as well, Harry, but we're hearing that the players are ready for game number 2. So we're going to head back to our commentary team for that one right now.
Oh, commentary team is a strong word.
Whoa, what do you mean?
More of a brotherhood.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can live with that.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to go the other way and say, like, no, I'm a selfish dude. I just do my thing.
I was going to, but then your reaction said, oh, better change that.
Yeah. I was going to use my bat cup on you.
Yeah. No, don't. That's got scalding hot liquids inside it.
It does, and it's delicious, and it's saving me.
I could use one of those, but my plan is stay up to about 10 p.m. Then
wake up at 2 a.m.
Yeah, then we start the whole process again. Be in the gym for 3 a.m. and then here we are.
Well, at least you go to the gym again, Henry. I'm proud of you. All that aside, less about us, more about the Counter-Strike.
Okay.
Envy and Ballistics go into it again on the second map of a best of 3, and it goes to Inferno, which you actually think that Envy can wrap up.
Yeah, I've cast them a few times on this map. They look, especially on the T side, they look pretty dominant. I think the French teams have always looked quite nice on Inferno T side, especially with Happy's system generally. Like, he likes to play the 4-1 setup with him generally by himself on one side of the map. His teammates is running around causing havoc, especially if they win the pistol, they get some momentum going. That's what we'll be looking for here on Inferno, but that's a big if. EnVyUs have hardly looked themselves today, and anything can and will happen. I say it with bated breath completely that EnVyUs should win this, but could be 3 maps, probably will be. Who knows? But they did look much better as a unit on Cash and early on Cobble as well. It's starting to come together slowly but surely. They did go, remember, 7-0 down in that first half of Cash. So yeah, it was better, but still they need to start getting these good starts in their favor. I think if they get a good start, they get a 5-0 in their half, they're probably going to decimate the game, but we haven't seen that yet. They always lose the pistol. They lose the pistol and then it falls out of their hands.
I like that. They're going to decimate the game.
We'll see. 4 sets of armor map. 6, as usual, he always seems to be a utility player. He gets 1 smoke, 2 flashbangs. Normally the in-game leader that's on that role, but Pleasant, he's pushed down towards Banana. There's actually 3 CT players here, and they're going all in. They get a free kill.
Yep, Pleasant takes down RPK, but Happy turns around, and Happy gets Pleasant as well. Thank you very much. I will grab my SMG. No, USP, not UMP. Either way, bomb's going to get out on the A site. Karis has gotten close enough over. It's his teammate at the bottom of mid that he wants to shoot at, but then realizes and snaps over to find Happy, who's gone back up inside of Boiler. Tries to pre-fire the angle, but gets taken down. Bouncing them in the same direction. Found by Scream. 1-0 Envy. Good start on the T side. It's exactly what they would have wanted.
Just what the doctor ordered.
I knew you were going to say it. I actually was going to say the same thing, and I thought, nah, Thorn's already said it. And
Has he?
Henry loves Thorin, so now Henry's going to say it.
Secretly in love with him.
I thought so.
It's ever since he shaved. That was it for me. I like a nice, clean man.
Yeah, you're right. Clearly, for anyone playing along at home, there's still facial hair, so you put 2 and 2 together on that one.
Yeah. Well, you know, let's just get into round number 2, shall we? Deagles, CZs, a max 7 from Plessin. That's a strange move. We'll see what he can do. No armor, of course, with that weapon. Little stack towards B as well. I like this stack. That will be Golden and Karis on top of each other's heads.
Screen. Inside a boiler already. Back 10 to work with. That's Botson coming back up from mid. He's looked the wrong way because the call was made that there's one inside of the apartments, which was, yeah, absolutely true, but didn't anticipate anyone else to be in the same position. It's all come level, but only just 3 versus 3, and the HP is not great on the Team EnVyUs side. Happy especially is in a bad way, Henry. He's just not doing well.
Yeah, this is the problem. They win the pistol, right? Then they seem to lose this second round almost every single time. Looks like they're on course to do the same as well. Happy HP, 6 of 39, and Golden's aggressive towards Banana.
Backs off. Bless you. Not bless you. That's a cough, not a sneeze. Was it a sneeze?
That's a sneeze.
Oh, well, bless you then. It was kind of in between, Henry. I wasn't sure for a moment.
Yeah, the allergies are really doing me in right now.
It's just me you're allergic to. Sixer. On his way to the site, flash over, jump down, take out the man in pit. Try to take out the man in pit. RPK then has to do it, which leaves him exposed to Karis, who gets the kill, and Happy with 8 HP has to go aggressive with 5 seconds on the clock. Round done. Nothing he can do. Absolutely nothing. It's already over. Even if he gets the kill, which he does, has to stay alive as well. Just barely does.
They'll be forced by him back, but another disappointing start for EnVyUs. Winning the pistol. It's Ballistics to do a good job to find the pistol frag short towards quad, but once again, EnVyUs, it feels so forced every time. There's no kind of methodology behind it. Just sit back at the start. I don't know how many times I'm going to say this tournament. Spread out. You've got a minute to work with. Wait for their pushes to come in. Work what weapons they've got. What are they doing? And when you do commit, go together as a 5. You can trade out frags, and you shouldn't be going down 1 without a kill, answer straight back. That's the idea, and it seems like EnVyUs really are struggling with that concept for this event in particular. But still, they do force by, like I said, they would with the UMP saved by Happy. Decent flash at the top, actually flashes one of their players as well. A couple of headshots coming in there, but Pleasant manages to take down RPK. No one to trade that frag once again, so doesn't really do too much for EnVyUs here.
JZ Walkings. Gonna rotate back around toward pit and watch off in the apartments. Tag up, Scream down to 76 as Karis tries to fire through the smoke. They boost above it. It works because he was shooting the man that was boosting. Sixer goes very low, but Scream still managed to locate, seek, and destroy. It's Plussin on 9 HP. He's going to try and rotate over and watch B by himself. He'll get some support heading his direction in the form of Golden, but between them, they're only on 29 HP. And Golden thinks better of it and goes back to the A site, which may mean save time. Smoked off is Plussin. They're going towards CT, so they fancy their chances in this, but Plussin gone early and bomb planted. If they go all the way through, the HP, as I mentioned, isn't amazing. And the force buy-in from Envy, yeah, there we go. That's the right call. Save. And look at the hunt up middle from Happy.
He wants it. He's hungry for it.
This is where he actually lurks in a very relevant manner. Low HP. Couldn't hit the shot on Golden, and now they're locked in toward the library. They'll send the 2 high rollers out for him instead, and they know he's likely gone over toward pits, so it's Boston that's going to find a better angle. Happy, not quite going to get him, and that should be the end of the round and all of the action, and I can stop talking anytime.
You can indeed. The bomb will go off. The 3 players looking like they will survive as 3 remaining Ts for EnVyUs exit through Banana. So nice idea by Happy, certainly worth the risk. His money's a little bit lower than his teammates, but that's fine. He'll still have enough to buy in the next round. Gets about 4K, so he can still get the AKs out. But good job from Ballistics to kind of make that call to save the weaponry. They've got a Famous, UMP, and M4. Certainly can buy up around that. They get a second bite of the cherry in round number 4 here. But EnVyUs bouncing back, known to be very good with the pistols. Focusing towards that B side, getting the trades with the Tech 9s. Deagle for Plessin, and once again, Karas with the max 7 once again. I used to have a girlfriend called Karas. Bring it out. Bring back memories, Matt.
Nothing like memories. We've all got some good ones and bad ones.
Mainly bad.
Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. So fast play banana, boost up, can't quite see over top of the smokes at the bottom. It's going to be a rotation off of it and more pressure onto the apartments early from the EnVy side. Plessin wants to get his Deagle in a more viable position. Taking some damage. He's taking a bit of a bottom. Get it, it's like beaten.
Yeah?
Yeah,
Good.
yeah, thanks. Working on that one. It's not bad.
Needs a bit of polish.
I think it's got potential. Botton's going to take down Happy with an aggressive push back in toward the apartments, but it's Scream that gets golden, and Botton's not really sure which way to go. The only place he'll go is straight to hell as XMS walks in and takes him down. Scream's going to rotate through the smoke. Slows it up ever so slightly, but now has confirmation Karas is waiting for him on the other side of the corner. Oh, man, that Plessin's rotated in from, and he's going to get away from Scream. Get him with a one-on-one shout towards Sixer, who's just going to try and keep alive. Yeah, Chicken just got wrecked. And Sixer just didn't re-peek because he wanted to make sure Scream was at an angle by which he could support the exchange, potentially get a trade. Doesn't need to do it. They set up a crossfire instead. They go up 3-1, so they've recovered from that situation, as you said, after the bad start.
Yeah, won the pistol, lost the second round, but that's 2 in a row now. Breaks down the money of Ballistics. They can get this 4-1. I think EnVyUs will finally maybe be in like 4th gear. They're not fully engaged as yet, but they're getting there. A decent start is what we were looking for. Certainly, coming into this tournament, for anyone who's kind of maybe not understanding what the point we're trying to make, EnVyUs were just the open shut case of winning this tournament. No one else here. They should be able to go toe-to-toe with them, but very poor start. They found themselves in the lower bracket here. But get through this game, they go into the playoff bracket, everything's reset, and they should be fine. But, you know, we'll see what happens there. 6 at the first frag, goes down Jason Watkins, and it's going to be one kill coming in for Karas in return. Once again, they go these very fast approaches. They never want to go slowly in their anti-ecos. I don't get it myself.
Scream, double up. Double the money, honey. RPK is going to take down Bot, and it's just golden. Remember we worked with that golden boy guy?
Yeah, I liked him.
Hey, he's all right. He's going to Le Mans this weekend.
Really?
He's doing some Forza stuff.
Cool.
Le Mans, which is going to be won by Toyota. Unless they break down in the last lap again, which would just be ridiculous. But they should have a comfortable win this year, I think. Scream, take down Golden. You should never really say comfortable at Le Mans, though, should you? It's really not a thing in a 24-hour race.
Well, good luck to them.
Thanks.
I wish them all the best.
Well, interestingly enough, you should. Nadine from Travel at ESL,
Yeah.
her husband is one of the main engineers on the number 7 Toyota car.
There you go. It all comes full circle.
Yeah.
HE grenades all round for Ballistics, 4-1. This is the airstrike, and they'll have 3 grenades down middle, 2 Banana as well, haven't inflicted that much damage. Back to the Scream, it just finds a couple of kills there. RPK chiming in as well. It should be quite an easy round for them. Even more so, that's the 10-second round. They like those.
Yeah, that just about. Just a boot. Actually, about 17 seconds, Hank.
I know.
18,
I was
actually.
embellishing it.
You tend to do that frequently, but they'll stay on the AKs. They've got the SMG picked up for Sixer against all the rifles that the CTs can afford, including a bit of utility, 2 kits. So we saw 3 men toward Banana. We've seen lots of different approaches. This time around, however, it's going to be more straightforward, more standard. JZ doesn't want to try and push down middle and cover it off. They'll play with 2 toward Diggity, and he's going to watch the arch side fast play. Sixer's already top mid, and he's going to wrap right around immediately. Remember, Sixer's the one on the SMG, so we can afford to get the information, but they can't get the trade off of it. Happy does finally get the kill onto JZ, but Karas has made a play to make sure that RPK goes down. Plessin waiting big. Good shot, wraps out. And that time it is another fast round, this time to be exact, Henry. It was 29 seconds.
Nice.
Actually, I think it was 31. I didn't actually catch what time it was. But it's Ballistics that win it.
Well, EnVyUs there, just trying to keep that fast pace coming forward. Like, plenty of money there, just trying to change things up. Plessin, though, challenging from the sandbag area. It takes him down 1 by 1. Good job by him. They went Express and Scream. And interesting enough, why has XMS only got a Tech 9? They've got 8 grand on screen. XMS with 6k himself, he's got some sort of plan up his sleeve. He's up to something sneakier.
I'm very curious.
He's got so much money, he doesn't have a gun. So then when you like, throw him out the apartments, like full on like, kind of suicide play, just do bait rotations, I'm not sure. The bomb's on that side of the map as well, so maybe he just gets flashed out the apartments.
Rushes out and gets movement shots with the Tech 9. That's the only thing I can think of.
Yeah, so you'll move a bit faster with the pistol, right? So
you also have reasonably good accuracy moving with it in this game, which seems a bit unfair. Back off for now. Back over toward Banana. So Happy, as always, will stick to his plan to try and get the information on the off-site, excuse me, and potentially, I would say, wrap toward Archer. Is going to go back and join in. I suppose it highly depends upon the first pick, which is going to be slowed down ever so slightly by Molotovs, which are now rethrown, redressed, and put out in behind the sandbags, as well as at the connection point towards CT. Happy's gone. He did try and go toward the Arch, but he gets caught off. Yeah. Well, it's 4 now, no 1.
Yeah. So, presumably send that Tech 9 in first, hope for the best. XMS at the front. Don't really understand the idea behind this play, but...
Bad time to turn around. Pleasant peeks out just as they're looking away, thinking the smokes would be covered and the flashes would come in. Gives him a free kill before traded back, same 2, before Scream gets Karis. And JZ is going to make his way over toward Ruins, hold the angle if anyone wants to get aggressive, but they won't. They'll be patient. They'll stay close to the site. Scream's going to wait to hold the angle, flash over, starts to go. Good find on the way through, but it's only he that remains. Take that back. In fact, it was him that was found at Sixer in the back of the site at Emo, where he's going to try and fight off 2. Smoke goes through deep. Good shot from Botson. As he walks in and hits the angle immediately, they'll find their 3rd round.
I'm pretty sure that's not the original play they just want to go for. The fact they've got a player just had a Tech 9 that round, and they had 8k and 6k on him as well. I think they had some sort of apartment set execution they wanted to do, but Happy changed the call last minute, and there was no real reason to send him in with a Tech 9. Didn't really make sense, especially the Banana. He could have actually had a chance with the first frag with an AK, but still, I guess it saves money going forward, you know. As he gets to round number 9, 5-3. EnVyUs losing 2 in a row after having that great start. Ballistics starting to get back into this first half now, round number 9. XMS once again. He's only got the Tech 9, and Scrim's got 8 grand. What is going on here? Now he goes back to the apartments. I think this is the original plan.
Yeah, this is what they wanted to do the first time. So he's just running and gunning.
Back he goes again. He does this smoke towards Arch. Exactly the same as last time. Smoke Arch. Done that. So that takes vision away from the left-hand side of it.
Is he trying to bait their economies lower? Having the pistol, shooting early? Because he's already taken some shots.
No, he's running out Arch by himself. So I guess that's the play, baits out something.
Golden comes up quite shiny as he gets 3 and they spray out. Yeah, I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I guess we have to ask them. Maybe when they do the interview at the end, if we are talking to Envy, they can ask on the desk what the exact plan is with that, because that's a bit of interest to me as they try and fight back, but they won't get much. Happy 1 versus 4. Golden's going to walk in 6 HP. Smoke if that dissolves is Happy's death, and Golden's got his 5th in the round. Excuse me. So an ace for him with a very good triple spray down to start things off.
Yeah, that's not bad. Another pause now. Tactical. Scream still with $10,000, and XMS not buying any guns, so he's got loads of money. He's got 6k, and we're just going to Happy can definitely buy. So it's certainly going to have enough to work with. We haven't seen any orbs in the T-side yet. It's one of the kind of, I guess if you had to choose one out of the whole map pool, T-side Inferno is probably the half we see the least amount of orbs on generally, in terms of like least purchased ones. Here's Golden. Like I said, I'm not really sure what that technology was supposed to do. I guess he goes up there and he can move a bit fast and have some more airspeed, and he like straight around the corner. What was that?
I think I ripped my pants.
Oh my gosh. Round of 10, back to the game. It's going to be 6 at this time on the Tech 9, 4 AKs, and orb coming out for JZ Walkins. So like I said, the first time the orbs come out, so a chance to calm down, generally. And he will not be getting aggressive. Very passive team, I have to say, but they do challenge a little bit towards top of Banana. Smoke on the top there, but Golden once again set up, and there's the big red boys. It's 1 by 1 getting taken down the apartments. This is looking pretty poor once again. This is what we're seeing from EnVyUs earlier this morning. Just that kind of one-by-one rigid approach.
Yeah. Yeah, it's been good ever since about the midway point of the T side on Cash. Second time around to now. Let's hope they don't fall into another slump. 2 men down already in this round, and money is grim for the next, so hopefully they can pull it back in some sense. Happy, set for the smoke. Bomb with Happy this time as well, so they could fake it off. And then try to let him walk in, but he's going to come back over. I think it was Chad that said that would be a good play. Like, Happy always lurks, so do it in, like, reverse, because wherever Happy is, they aren't. So you let him go in first, then they rotate, and then he just walks in.
Sure. It's one of those plays. Like, it's difficult to get him out of his ways. You know, that'd be quite an intricate call mid-round, but who knows? It's going to be 5-on-3 now. RPK has to be the point man here, open things up, but it's a great crossfire. What can you really do against this? Very well calculated. CT's completely wrecking him there.
Yeah. Ooh, good shot.
5-5. They tie things up, and EnVyUs starting to drop off here now on the T side. They were looking great. They said they got that good start, but momentum in their favor. Running around, got all the money, but I don't know. It seems like they're kind of finding a difficult time now just to find that first pick to slow things down. They seem they've got an objective at the very start. Happy so saying, right, we're going to do default, then into this. That's where they're not really kind of having that loose, flamboyant CS that I would like to see right now, especially like we said against Ballistics, like a team that should be overwhelming in terms of the firepower. Don't take anything away from Ballistics, so they have been very impressive, these individuals, I think. I would have thought like an academy team that no one had ever heard of will be going toe-to-toe with former major champions right now.
Well, yes, but okay, yes, individually for former major champions, not this team.
I'm just trying to make a reference.
Yeah, no, you're embellishing it. No, it's true. You've got Happy in there. Golden. Take the first shot successfully so, but Botten goes down before he does, so lose 2 to the price of, well, equal, I guess, as Blessin finds a kill. RPK is going to get the plant. By the way, Happy's the only one on this team.
Yeah, it's true. I was looking for it as now, yeah. I assumed Scream had, but he hasn't. Same sort of RPK as well. I guess those kind of names you just expected at this point, right?
Yeah, it's the old Envy with Kenny S and Apex and Kiyoshima. Kiyoshima! Sixer, Graveyard. Grave Digger, he puts Karis inside of one quite convincingly, throws his pistol out to the right, fires back over to the left. It's Jay-Z that's going to catch him in the air. But Beyonce is still inside of the site, Henry. And she's looking bootylicious.
Okay, well, they can save in the pits. Jason Watkins will save his AWP.
That was silly from XMS. He could have gone to the pit and made it, I think.
Where did he go?
But he went out to top mid and died.
Yeah, why not go to the pit? I guess maybe you were an AWP somewhere, I don't know.
Yeah, that could have been it. Could have been looking for the up. I don't remember.
I don't think they had one on the T side. It was like a partial buy for them. There was only one AWP on the CT side. So yeah, that didn't really make any sense whatsoever. I guess. No, actually, that is quite significant. Lose this round, it probably will be okay. Well, double AWP set up now. We have seen a few teams run this, especially the likes of G2. They'd like to run it as well. Here we go, though. Karis has got that secondary AWP. Jason Watkins will be looking in second middle, a bit more aggressive this time. Dead now, of course, but Batan answers back.
Batan. Not Bolton. Unless he plays like a bot, then it can be Botten.
Yeah.
Well, sitting on the wide side to watch off the boiler doorway. Karis makes a nice little jump, gets himself up on top of the half wall. Flash high in the sky from RPK. No, it's a smoke. It was a flash the way in which it was intended for him to try and get a self-peek, but it's not going to be. Sixer tries to do battle with Golden. He's going to force him off of it, push him back outside of the apartments. His teammates just getting to the top of mid now. We're going to smoke off Plessin, so he can't see comfortably to watch off the boiler doorway. So Botten now has to cover that. And it's 1-for-1 across each of the points by which they could enter onto the A site. Molotov's going to buy them space, try and force them over the archway. It's actually going to pincer them in. They're locked in position for Botten to try and spray them down. A restrike as they try and capitalize. Golden's going to go for the same approach, same play. Hoping twice would work, but Scream through the smoke gets a great shot. They find Karis, and they find their 7th round.
Yeah, that's great work by Scream towards the end there. Bit of a brawl. That's what we like here in the minors. 10th round, shot through smoke, and Scream stepping up there. He finds his 15th kill of the map. He's actually top fragging for EnVyUs right now. A player who, like I said, kind of lost his mojo, it seems, at this event. We normally would expect him to be completely wrecking this sort of CS, but hasn't really seemed himself. Like, he seems a little bit underwhelming. For now, very good map for him. And it's going to be another eco for Ballistics here. If you are just joining us, the old Fnatic Academy team. And found themselves in the minor. Obviously, like, one of the few Swedish representations we have here, considering we don't have NIP, for example.
Yes. They are, well, are they the only Swedish at this event?
I think so.
Yeah, I think you're right. And Fnatic's already in the major.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nade bounces back Karis it to 26. Oh, Plessin. That'll do. Walks out, finds Happy. Give them confidence as Karis jumps over to spot one at tree, and then they decide that's enough. Let's back off, go for a boost. Yep, absolutely.
Well, all quiet for now. We have said EnVyUs have struggled in these sort of rounds. Plessin with the opening headshot with the Desert Eagle took down Happy. CT's now just with Deagles. A couple of sets of armor, no nades and defuse kits. That bomb gets down, that's going to be round complete, but Deagles could cause some damage here. At this point, EnVyUs needs to group up. Pick a position, any position, it's fine. Drop some smokes, flashbangs, molotovs, trade the frags. It's all very simple. And they will be absolutely fine. So here we go, group up. Smoke towards CD spawn, that's from the logs. The guy on the right, he's smoking coffins. Maybe a molotov, not required. Flash over, trade frags. That will do.
RPK gets Plessin down on the way through. Trade frags will certainly do. That's even better, though, because it's unanswered. Let's spray back into the Deagle spot of a default, but XMS is going to get JZ in through the smoke. Karis, a little desperate with a pre-fire, goes to a Deagle instead. Get on the ledge and go for the boost. Not even, they're going to back off already. So EnVy on round 13. We'll find round 8. Golden's got screamed down, though. But I think that's where it ends, because XMS already hits him. Karis has no chance in the round.
I think you might be right. Nice
Oh,
shots all
thank
round.
you. I appreciate it.
Golden. He does compliment scream on the one tap.
Trying to take them down with the bomb was his goal, but didn't get anyone with it.
Third stage lost bonus now for Ballistics. They have lost the half. It still is the CT side of the fair. Not out of it quite yet, but 8-5 doesn't bode too well for them. It's not their map pick. I'm not expecting anything too exciting from their T side, but EnVyUs now looking more comfortable. A few dicey rounds here or there, but overall it's been fine. Double orb setup once again for Ballistics. Round number 14, 2 to go. UMP for Karis. As 3 players head towards the B side of the map for the CTs. Getting a bit aggressive. I think that's one of the orbs surely trying to get the first pick, but it's XMS that strikes first. It takes down JZ Walkins towards top middle. They might just commit here. This is what I wanted to see. Get that first pick, get up in their grills, start overwhelming them.
Karis. UMP flash through. Scream's got the shot onto him. From Scream as Plessin gets ever close toward the smoke. Seems like they're back in form after a few rounds, which he looked a little concerned.
Yeah, hasn't been the cleanest of hearts, but after that spell of rounds of Ballistic victories, 4 in a row, EnVyUs have pulled it back, and Batten has something to say about that though. He's getting kills all over the place, down to a 2-on-2 all of a sudden, a bomb down towards the quad side. Plessin's got himself locked in a tricky situation. That smoke gives him a bit of a veil though. RPK might find himself in hot water here, certainly does. It's going to be a 1 versus 2. 6 an hour with the AWP, not an ideal weapon. And has got the bomb. He's in the apartment, so can be very good with the AWP. Let's see if he can step up here. Needs to hit this first shot at least, but the smoke proving a little bit tricky at this point. The CTs will have no idea that he's here. He could be absolutely anywhere at this stage.
Has the bomb as well to work with. As he gets into a position to check off pit as well. Jumps up, goes out. No one peeking directly onto his entrance point. It's Golden that's going to watch off from Library, but
Poor smoke.
yeah, I was about to say decent smoke. It wasn't even that. Massive gap toward the Library. I think he's realized it and said, I better plant with a pillar in front of me. So he'll do so. They'll rotate around, one from the arch, and they go toward top mid as well. They're going to take apartment so he doesn't get a decent post plant. So even though he's underneath the balcony to find the first shot, there'll be an entrance from above him by Plessin. Oh, timing. If he had hit the shot on Golden fast enough, I might have had something in it. He does miss it. That gives him away. Plussin's above.
Gets one.
Hits Golden, but that's the trade that he was looking for. He'll grab the op and go defuse. And we'll find ourselves on 8-6 with a chance to play for the half still for Ballistics. They've already lost the half on the CT side, but they can make it close.
Yeah, problem is only one player surviving means they're going to have a real rough buy here. In the final round, EnVyUs got full cash, so a case of trying to distribute the wealth, but they drop the all player, but that doesn't really help out in terms of the overall picture. I think 2 players down to SMGs here, so yes, Karis on the UMP. Golden goes down to the shotgun, that's the Max 7. Gets a bit of utility to work with, but generally not looking too great. Full buy for the T side. If EnVyUs can get 9 rounds here, I would say that would conclude it. Their CD side can be decent, especially if they get that pistol as well.
GZ down to 60, tagged up, trying to get a shot in the Molotov, catch them off with the early utility deployed at Banana, but he's going to rotate back around, likely hold the arch side with the AWPs. They've got 2, one in apartments and one underneath the quad. This is a decent position for a shotgun. He's going to have a lot of people greeting him. They've spotted his shoulder out there when he goes back. Good timing on the pre-fire from XMS. They'll take over apartments and take away the shotgun. You said it was going to be a ropey buy.
Yeah. Karis with the UMP. There's 1 flash now. Kid available and the AWP. JZ Wilkins only had to step up here. That's 1 kill on Happy by himself as usual. Disappointing when I see that, but that's a convincing kill. Lesson goes down. That's the point I'd be capitalizing, but they're not going to win the race this time. It'll be pretty equal. They could still fully execute if they smoke towards Coffins and City Spawn. I think they might be slightly late here. Here comes the smoke. Backhand's good as well. CT has to fall back. JZ Walkins now up to him to really be the last line of defense. Smoked out with the AWP. There's a gap there. Another poor smoke from the EnVyUs side. Luckily it works in their favor just about. This is the final round, remember, so Batten might as well go for it.
He has going aggressive. RPK is going to find him immediately. 9-6 Envy. T-side not a problem on Inferno. Their best score they've had on a T-side all day.
Double happies.
It's true, actually. Especially when you see his profile photo they took, because he was the MVP last game, and I looked at it and I was like, damn, Hank ain't lying. They look real similar.
Yeah.
They look right some similar.
Well, here we go. The all-important pistol round of the second half. XMS, he will be purchasing up the defuse kit. That's what I was trying to find. And the smoke grenade. And Happy, he's got a smoke as well. This is quite an intricate CT buy. Normally just get 5 sets of armor and be done with it, but I'm interested to see what they bring to the table. 4 to Banana. Okay, this is a proper tactic coming out from the CT side.
Scream 75 through the flames, but they want to try and fall back and hold off. Plussin jumping around the corner. Happy's down. He can't do anything of it. There's 3 players there. Even if he got 1, would have been something to work with for the pistol of Envy. 6 are getting closer. Downed by Golden. Shot from inside of the boiler doorway, and Karis hits XMS, walking back out to cover the same territory, expecting the rotation around from Banana. Walkout screen goes down. They only managed 1 kill in the entire round, so Ballistics convincing to start off their T side.
Yeah, it was a strange tactic from EnVyUs there. 4 pushing Banana. Happy alone in the house. He said if he gets 1 kill, maybe there's a chance there, but he gets overwhelmed, drops a smoke, and just sits in the corner and can't really do much about that. So we're going to number 2 now. 4 UMPs and AK, and a full buy from EnVyUs as well. CZs, PT-50s, 5.7s. No Deagles. A couple of smokes to work with once again. They can be deadly on these rounds. I can't really picture this one working out myself, but we'll see. Ballistics a chance to tie things up for sure. Really committing to start. I'm not a fan of this, but it's looking promising.
Go with it. Karis has the opener, so that's definitely something to work with. This Batten's going to take down 6er. You think he's a 1.6er, Henry? We obviously know that he was. Don't answer that question. Just making bad targets again. RPK has fought on to get 2 kills, so he's held off the site temporarily. The bomb's going to walk in front of Happy. He's got it down. It's a 1 versus 2. He's got a gun picked up, but unfortunately oversteps the mark. Golden's too far forward. They didn't know he was there. Karis is trying to get some extra money for himself. Won't get it. Doesn't matter. They've got the round 9-8.
9-8s indeed. Full eco now for EnVyUs. They gave it a good shout, but not really too testing for Bliss there. 2 versus 1. It's quite comfortable in the end. A few picks coming in, but it has to be the full eco, like I said. There's the nice animation there in T-Spawn. The water, where we go. It's going to be just PT50s here and default pistols for the rest. Mac 10 comes off the baton, so he'll be looking to farm some cash here. Jason Walking's just at the PT50. He will be bringing out the orb next round. That says a lot.
Does it?
Yeah.
T-side at AWP. RPK with plus and just started off. No gun available. It's too far out of reach. Botan kills RPK with Sixer's help. That takes him down to 4 HP as well. Essentially, it's, oh yeah, that nade should do it. He's actually got far forward of where it is. Good shot on Happy. He alone, Botan will control the round as he walks out, tries to get more money. JZ gets XMS, but job done. 9-9. As he goes Super Saiyan. He hasn't had the Saiyan in his name in a while.
No, maybe he doesn't deserve it right now.
Oh, okay. That's a little rude.
Oh, gotta earn it.
He's trying hard. You gotta give him credit.
Wouldn't be special if you could have it every game.
That's a good point.
Save it for the playoffs. Well, for now, Mac 10 in his possession. Doesn't look like much more will be coming out of this round, but we'll see. Scream holding towards T-spawn. It will be Ballistics tying things up 9-9. And after that force buy in the second round, I should say, EnVyUs will be struggling for cash. I think they can just about get an AWP out on Sixer, just being the opposite word there. It's $5,300, so get the AWP out with body armor. Scream can't find the frag there. Might as well upgrade that Mac 10. I don't think it's worth going to a gun round with it, but we'll see what he decides to do.
Looks like he's going to keep it, you know. Okay, good, thank you. He's got an M4 by the way, so he didn't go for the AWP, which on Inferno is... It's definitely beneficial on this map. We know the double op can be costly, but there's so many options for a single op to go with. Multiple different angles to play, but decides he wants utility instead to slow them down, perhaps. It's been a pretty quick game, considering the pace we've seen in some of the others today.
Yeah.
Quick series in that note. Karis starts to walk up. Banana nade's going to go over top. That puts XMS, yeah. Pretty much nails him as he goes down to 56. Karis could finish him off with some chance to spray. Gavin, that smoke scream's going to try and find the opening. Won't be able to do it. And then the Molotov touches XMS for an additional damage. They know Scream's behind the bags. Pre-fire coming in. Dodges the flash that comes over from his teammate, but can't do anything with it. Golden's already got the pre-fire aimed correctly on the UMP. XMS 23 after the utility put in his face. Not exactly the best story he was looking for. PK does get plus in though, so it gives them something to work with to pull back from the fact that Scream was lost. Nice shot. Patan is happy, tries to approach him silently and catch him off guard.
What's the play here from RPK? Click smoke, I guess is a bit of a one-way coming in. I do like this. It's got a bit to work with, not great.
Yeah, I think he underthrew it because he backs out of it himself. It's confusing for them. He could actually go back up and let it dissolve and then be in the right place late, but I think they're going to check it. They certainly will. A little bit too suspicious that I think it was there.
Yeah, and then some. Well, quite a clean round for Ballistics there. It's going to be them taking the lead here on Inferno. If they split this once again, we saw EnVyUs do the same thing against Kingwin. Get completely wrecked on their own map, then pulled it back in the second. Could be a very similar case here. Inferno now. Ballistics with a decent lead, 10-9. It's going to be another eco. For the CT side, no AWP opted for by Sixer this time. I guess he's not known as like a super like sick, flashy AWPer. Like you don't see him being the kind of player that's going to be like facing towards middle and opening things up. Like, he's very good at like that kind of passive holding the line style. I think he just hits the shots that really count. Never going to be blowing your socks off.
What if they're not wearing socks?
Well,
Chad doesn't wear socks.
They wouldn't be blown off. They're already off.
Okay, just thought I'd check. Maybe blow their pants off?
Maybe.
That'd be, yeah, I gotta get that device.
Yeah.
So XMS with the M4. He's gonna be the only one to carry a gun over, and he was the one that took all the early damage as well, so he just never engaged on the rotation, stayed alive. Scream at a CZ. Already with flames in front of him, so he'll be limited at sandbags, where he went down last time, to be fair. Golden, get your gun out, son. Put your pants back on. Gets away with it. Happy's going to push up in the apartments, finds Batan and an AK grabbed. Very likely no one else is going to be in that position with him, so he gets away with grabbing the AK and getting back into position as they flash over the top. Nothing that can be done of it from Scream, as he gets completely annihilated in the corner.
Smith has got the rifle now, but RBK drops first, and maybe he survives. We have a chance here. Six is holding the flanks. Pulls back though, I'm not sure why. See, a great position there. Maybe we could have got a couple of frags. Now it's up to XMS. Set the M401S in hand. But they do go back towards middle. He's coming down to 6 and out, and I think he's been spotted. I think he's just trying to show presence, so they funnel back towards B, which is exactly what's happening. So XMS, great in this tournament so far. This would take a wondrous performance right now. Can he do it again? No nades, but he has got the M4.
Golden just absolutely spanks them. Happy tries to spray through. One is all he gets. Pleasant. Ooh, did he spot Sixer's head? Gets up on top of Orange's 1, but it's Ballistics now that are going to find 11 rounds, so they've definitely taken control of the game after losing the first half on the CT side. This is going to mark, what, 5 in a row? Yeah, so Envy need to get rolling, and in this game I almost called them Fnatic because they played, well, Ballistics is Fnatic.
Yeah.
Earlier.
But yeah, 5-0 here, and yet to post a single CT round, of course. It was 9-6 in the first. So EnVyUs after force by in the second. You can see how it affects them overall. And they're all coming out as of yet and having that poor first gun round, but still very much in this. As soon as they get that one round, it will kind of break the curse. We'll see if they can get back into it. 11-9 though, Ballistics showing they can play this map. It's a team we don't really get to task all that often.
No, I think this is the first time I've actually ever casted them, despite knowing of their existence for quite some time.
Yeah.
It's interesting in that sense as well, like Thorn was saying at the start, by being an academy team, you know, you're kind of like the Toro Rosso of F1, where you're not really expected to win. You just have to perform well, and you have that you know, figurative chance to try and go through to the main team. But also, it's good for promotion, because if this team weren't called Fnatic Academy and we're just another team that we don't see often, I don't know if I'd know anything about them.
Yeah, it's true. Just that name in general just makes you kind of pay attention to them, right?
Yeah. Curious, I think. Sixer's going to hold off from the arch side of top mid this time. That's a pretty ambitious pre-fire from JZ. Slightly off the mark as he hit the corner as well. It might have done damage if someone was hugging the wall. Happy instead is going to be the one to watch over toward Pit. And then a swing play from RPK inside of the site. Not sure exactly which side he'll swing to as well when they walk in as he waits. Curious to see if he goes back. He's got the smoke again, RPK. If he goes back for it, maybe he gets it right this time. Because last time he threw it shallow, took away his vision, which ended up getting him killed as they smoke off Library side. They're going to wrap towards CT. Sixer's ready for it, but they are ready for him. And Golden wins out the exchange. Scream's got to be very careful because they're on either side of him, and Boston's going to take him down. This is a perfect opening for a banana split. And watch the exchange into the site. XMS gone as well. All the entries and all the kills going to Ballistics.
Yeah, looks like this is an open shell round. You know, it's not really much I can do about this. Like you said, the B split coming in through CT spawn, and every kill going in favor of Ballistics there. Nothing really that EnVyUs could do about that. This is looking poor once again. They haven't really impressed me at all in terms of their general setup. It's going to be RPK and Happy to try and save their weapons here. But a clean sweep for Ballistics. Their money right now must be swelling beyond belief. Yeah, got 10k on Goddess before this round's even over, so he'll have close to 1,400 once this round concludes. Similar story with JZ Walkins as well. They're pretty much set to close this game out. EnVyUs now probably down to another eco. They do have maximum loss bonus, but if they say these two weapons are okay, Scream can buy. Yeah, he can buy, and they've got two players that can drop. So there's still another buy available. I think they start pulling their socks up right now. So tactical pause from Happy.
Yeah, needed.
They're not looking like a world-class team, I have to say. Throughout this tournament, they've looked distinctly average. Like, I was speaking to Happy outside, he goes, whenever they take even a couple of days off, this is the team we've become.
Yeah.
So they had...
Grind it out more.
They had 2 days after Dallas and off. And they obviously travelled here. And this is them getting back into it, but it's not looking good.
Malik. Coach. Quite vocal during this timeout as well.
Seems so.
Yeah. So they actually have a coach behind them as well, because Nex often travels with them, but he's more of a manager. Well, he is a manager, not more of.
Yeah.
He is, but he used to stand behind them kind of like Stunna stood behind Cloud9.
Sure.
Well, Happy. RPK, the ones with rifles, Scream with a shotgun. They've given up 6 in a row to Ballistics T-side. Both these teams have not been T-sided all day, and then yet on this map, looked like Envy was going to be set for it when they go 9-6 on their T-side. We thought, okay, good enough. Fair play. But apparently not, because Ballistics answering that and more. Jeez, that's going to watch off the bottom of Banana with the AWP. It allows Golden to get up close. And I would say this is another Banana take it Scream with a shotgun. Time it right, bait in his teammate XMS on a deagle. God, that's close. Only gets one. They were fast enough around the corner. XMS needs to get inside of the site before they round the top of the hallway, if you will. Banana gets the lineup, but can't find the headshot. He had 2 chances, to be fair. That's Sixer now that's going to try and go all in through the smoke. Flash out. Damage onto Plessin, but not enough. And they'll back off with the rifles that they've saved. I like this little spot. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, it seems the way. 2 players survive for EnVyUs once again. They just can't seem to get rolling here at all. Not a single round posted on the CT half. It's going to be 7-0. Saving 2 weapons once again. More of the same. You're taking force around these 2 weapons, but right now Ballistics, they're having quite an easy time just splitting that B-bomb site time and time again. Plessin finding the first 2 frags. RPK now in CT spawn. Doesn't look like he'll be hunted down. Happy's watching his back. And the bomb explodes. 3rd map looming, it feels. Ballistics there. Top fragger Button. He's actually been very good so far. JZ Walkins, the Diorpa. He's only had 7 kills, so he hasn't had to do too much here. But Button, a player I can't say I'm necessarily familiar with. The big names come out for me. And this team is always JZ Walkins and Plessin. Obviously, Plessin, we know him filling in for their main team, Fnatic, at one point. Quite a short stint, but it happened.
It did happen. It was during Olaf's injury. It was him and then...
There's all sorts going on now.
Venton was the other one. Yeah. I don't know where Venton is now. Do you know?
No idea.
Having a little yawn there, are you?
Yeah, I'm struggling. I'm not gonna lie. This is the worst it's ever been.
I like how you just went in with the answer mid-yawn. The worst it's ever been. Wow, yeah. I think that for me was when we came back from Australia. And we were in the studio the day we got back.
Then.
Oh, I was wrecked.
I think
I was talking, and I woke up mid-sentence. I swear to God. Standing up, trying to keep myself awake, talking, and I remember cluing in and going, what am I even saying? Happy. What is he even doing behind his smoke? Inside of the pit. Can't find the angle yet again. It's a good entry from Ballistics on their 13th round. They look to accumulate a total of 14. Which could be quite possible considering they've got the advantage and they've got Smoke's utility down to limit the CTs on the way back through. Only one kit in play. It's Sixer that has it. As Karis plays from the graveyard, XMS will be the first to rotate around into his sights. Doesn't even get that far. Because Jay-Z, baby, he's got the shot on the WP, and this has got map 3 written all over it. No rounds yet on a CT side of Inferno.
Yeah, it's kind of shocking, isn't it? Well, 2 players surviving once again. The maximum loss winners means they can keep buying, but won't be ideal. Sixer finds another $300 for himself. Bomb will indeed explode. There it is on your screen right now. 14-9. This is looking dire for EnVyUs. Why do they keep having these awful CT halves? Just can't seem to get rolling here whatsoever. Will have to be another pause. I can see Happy calling for that. Up 2 or 3, of course, and we'll see whether they can find anything here. Right now we are at 8-0. Who would have thought? One more for map point.
Yep. Wouldn't have expected this at all. I thought the curse had been lifted for bad T sides. Well, apparently it had, but that just came along with a worse curse. It's like getting 3 wishes and you use 2 of them on something ridiculous, and then the third one is you say like something like, let's say you're an athlete and you're like, I want to be the best. And then you become the best, but it's because everyone else became worse.
Yeah, okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they finally get something good, but it comes at a cost of something bad.
Sure. Selling your soul.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay then, well, EnVyUs now. Last chance saloon, what have they got? M4s again. Haven't really done anything in terms of this CTR defense. It's been a pretty abysmal, I have to say. Not really being kind of assertive towards Banana and getting that control there. Just hiding back, and it's been, like I said, Batten and Pleasant has been opening up the map and taking them down. Karis this time explores with the AK-47. Molotov that position, doesn't really mean too much though. Left hand comes in, Screen trying to open things up. Boost will be coming in shortly, they are burning.
That was unfortunate because the Molotov would have been extinguished by the smoke, but it bounced off his teammate, stayed in the air longer. I wasn't even sure it was going to fully extinguish it, but Scream gets away with it. He manages to get the trade, goes down to 6 HP, but they've got an advantage for once to work with. Bomb down toward T-stairs as well. There's JZ, PayZ. Come on, finish those. Those are your specialty.
JZ, PayZ.
Well, you've got EZ, PZ, Liquid Squeeze Z.
Yeah.
So JZ, PayZ.
Doesn't really make sense.
No, it doesn't matter. Neither does the other one. Scream's done well, you know. 6 HP, finds another kill, and Happy's going to push out. Finally, some aggression. Envy, are you going to win a CT round?
Possibly. They're not sure yet. Batten, who's been thorn in their side, he finds another kill. Happy, he needs to be very careful now. The loss bonus will be eradicated after this round. There was no real reason for him to push into that, but he did it anyway. 25 seconds remaining. A chance.
JZ PayZ survives like he's playing DayZ. Nailed it. RPK's got all kinds of ears. And he's got them all turned to Batten's attention as he walks in from quad. It now goes, congratulations, the first round to Envy on the CT side and puts them both in double digits, which I would have expected we would be at much sooner, if at all, for the Ballistics side, to be fair. But they've proven us all wrong. They'll have guns again this time. They've got so much money, it's ridiculous. They're high rolling, balling out of control.
Yeah.
No ops in this round.
Well, here we go.
Haven't seen many for Envy, to be fair. They haven't had the money to do it.
No, they have not. They keep saving 2 rifles and then have to fort around them, so it's not like they'll be comfortable. Change the pace. Run up middle. Molotov out. Here we go. Fast round.
Golden's gone through the flames. He's taking a lot of damage, but it's going to catch them off. RPK only managing the 1 kill. Right back in from the arch side. It's a good trade. They've got to continue to trade favorably, but there's an offsetting kill from Happy onto Karis that's going to give them the advantage with Plesson only on 11 HP. If you find Scream, don't write it off, but they're going to play this perfectly in tandem, given the fact that he's got no HP. If Plesson actually pushes this smoke, though, which is very daring, he could just go to B, but he's got no information. That's just a straight balls call. And you know what? He's going to make it. This is pretty good. They've got no idea where he's gone. He's going to get the bomb down, and he could get an angle that not only gives them map points, but does so with a reset to Envy. Thankfully, they've got some residual cash carried over. Now it's confirmed. Scream's got to slow up. He's got to let XMS get with him.
He's got a Molotov as well, Pleasant. So if he gets the first kill somehow, drop the Molotov on the bomb, just they get that, that could be really problematic. They do have smokes there themselves. So maybe that's not such a huge factor. But Pleasant now towards the ruins, both coming from Banana. Good angle for him. First
got
kill,
it.
Guaranteed. That could be the round done as well.
He's got the Molotov set and ready. Quick switch to it. Smoke goes down, that's fine. He knows where it is. It's an oranges 1, pushes through. He's just going to take the shot. Where is he? XMS. He's already on it. He's stuck it. No idea. And yeah, Plesson's face clearly shows that he was not expecting it. Head goes back in agony. And EnVyUs get away with one.
Just about. That was close. But exciting there.
I thought the Molotov for sure, at least, if he wasn't going to peek it.
I think it was so obvious he was going to run through the smoke and take him down. I think he just thought, well, he's going to fake defuse that, try and kill me. I'll just call his bluff and I won't go through. I think that was the right call, but he went for the full defuse. And he just about gets away with it. Still no all for the CT side. They need to start winning a couple of rounds in a row here. Still not convinced they can do this from what I've seen so far, but that's a start. 2 rounds in a row now for EnVyUs. It's been 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 rounds, 7 rounds where the bomb's gone off for the T's. So, shows you how good they've been actually getting on the site and forcing EnVyUs to save.
RPK with tight angle to the wall. Can fall back inside of the site as soon as they peek. Sixer's going to try and get position that's comfortable, but it seems Arch is the better choice for him. The M4 rather than inside of Library. XMS alone on the B site. They've actually got an early rotation brought over from Scream. Quick flash. Knows they're up close. Sixer thinks there's one on the left. There was, but there was also one on the right. Golden gets the kill. Double it up. Plesson's got RPK. We're going to be going to map point at this rate. Can't possibly fathom anything different. Happy's got 1, 2. Pulls it back level. They've got to slow this up. Bomb was on the way to the A site. That's going to change now. And back to the apartments. Bomb's gone around the map about twice, by the way. Down the T stairs, all the way up alt mid, back over. And into Banana, where XMS now has to position himself and be ready for their approach. They'll be expecting one of the sites, surely. Goes to Coffins late, though, but misses the shots. That's massive,
No
but
way.
they walk in. Golden gives himself up after Karras goes down. And Envy might have found a bit of luck as Jay-Z's going to pick up the bomb with 17 seconds, commit to the plant at default. And XMS is going to wait. He's going to be disciplined. He's going to allow Happy to get in a closer position. Or is he? Yes, he is. Happy's already at the top of Banana. Thought he was coming around through CT, but they actually win the round off of 2 double kills that effectively make it a favorable 2 versus 1.
5-on-2 map. Who would have thought? The way they've been playing so far, you didn't think they'd have a chance in that one, but Happy held his nerve. He finds 2 kills, stays alive, knew the round was still possible.
Ballistics, if they lose now after that, are going to be very miffed.
Yeah, absolutely. But that was XMS not actually nailing the shot here. A bit of a whiff here, but they jump into his cross. The low HP player behind them, that's the kill. Golden, like he said, this jumps into his warm arms and solemnly goes down with the ship.
Yeah, this is Tilt City, so they're on pause.
They've got loads
Ballistics
of money
calling
still,
it.
right? So they're okay. If they've had broken their money to lose the game there, then you're tilting. I think you're okay with that one. It's a 5-on-2 sure, but still, I guess at that point as well, when you know Happy's at that point, just facing together and refrag. He sure got 2 kills, but you running back, it was quite obvious. He had low HP. I think you just try and refrag Happy at that point, I'm afraid, but still that call was made. Didn't work out. And we'll go into round number 27. Somehow, Envy, after going 8-0 down, have pulled 3 in a row. Getting back into this. There's 3 checkers, or chickens lined up in a row.
Staring at a wall. Seemingly intelligent creatures.
Chicken butts.
Did you know that chicken nuggets are not real chicken, Henry?
Jason told me I got a lecture on that.
Yeah. Thanks, Jason. That was a good day. Chad disagreed. We all had a good little debate.
Yeah.
Let us know in chat what you think is true. Type 1 in the chat for real chicken.
Type 2 chicken butts. Wow, here we go. Fast play towards middle. Full control obtained. No. Oh, we do have an orb now for 6F. I think that's for the first time. He's been struggling with the rifle, to be fair. Drops the incendiary, gives him a bit more freedom to move here. First skill coming in. Fall back now, son. Why do you want more? I hate it, but it works out.
It's the flash over. That's why he wants more. And he's got
guess
the
that's what
other
we've been
side.
missing.
The team flashes to get them in
Yeah,
position.
just like when you get that first pick, you know what, screw it, go for more. Let's show them actually we are the better team. Like, I guess at this point, you want to just like start getting him some confidence. He's got the AWP finally, 3 kills, secures around by himself. It's Karras now doing a good job yet to get a banana. Takes a ton of damage as he gets in towards the well position.
Poor Karras.
One player playing at the back has to be XMS, but still should be fine here. But we say that EnVyUs won a 5v2 on the previous round.
Poor Karras when he went into the site. Batten's on the other side of the flames, and he's kind of looking like, I can't really get to you now. But he does well, finds XMS, now goes back out toward Banana, knows they're coming this direction. A lot of noise, potential for a lineup, doesn't matter. Envy gets both. They're going to make it 14-13. We're back within 1. So after giving up 8 rounds in a row, was it?
Yeah, 8 in a row, 8-0.
Yeah, they get 4 of their own.
So we still have 1 more buy available for Ballistics. Yeah, it's still pretty decent, but now starting to feel the pressure. They'll get maximum loss bonus next round, to be fair as well, so that money's actually fine. Here's the replay. 6, I actually like this a lot. Yeah, screw it. Let's just get stuck in. Flashbang comes round, hitting everything. That's better. It's the first time he's had the AWP, and it certainly paid off. There's old Jason walking himself. Cheer coming in from Sixer. Let's get into it.
Oh, I love how the chickens start running at the start of the round as well. Running straight into a wall. It's almost like walking into a parking bollard. It's about equally as dumb. Karis tagged down to 22. Not a good start in the round for them, but they still have all 5 alive. We'll see if they can make a play work. Bomb intentionally dropped, suggesting they want to go for picks and map control. No aggression on Banana this time from Envy, and to be fair, they've been a lot more passive on Banana than most teams are. We saw very, very early. They had a 3-man presence. Ballistics tried the same on their CT side. Ever since, and since Scream went down at Sandbags, they've backed off quite a bit.
Quiet for now. Default round from Ballistics. They lose this one, and then a spot of bother, I would say. Just looking to get that round number 15. It releases a lot of pressure. Karis down to just 22 points of health. They all head towards B. The bomb's still down to T steps, though. 45 seconds remaining. Need to start working out what the final play is here. Karis has recovered the bomb. Good flash. Now try and walk into the first pick with Scream. Waiting on the other side. Waiting for anyone to jump up. He's not actually watching for anyone to walk in. He wants to see if anyone wants to jump on that platform and see whether they can get that first pick. They are going to come in.
Scream's gotta hit shots. Hasn't done it. It's XMS from Nubox. Goes for 2. Can't find it. It could be the map point. Ballistics. They've got a bomb coming in from Karis. It's planted at default. Sixers locked off behind the smoke. Scream is definitely not at the accuracy today we expect from him. So they'll re-smoke Ruin. Sixers called it. Knows that he's locked off. RPK is as well. So it's a flash over the top instead. Goes deep within the site, only blinds up JZ as Botten still in behind Nubox. So now a Molotov. Look at how much utility they still have on the terrorist side. It might have to be time to play for overtime if you're Envy. Money's not amazing. RPK's the next to go down. Happy still trying to peek out, get Sixer in position. He finds an opening pick. This should encourage Happy, but time is gone. Legged up, no kill. Happy's already given up on the round. And they've got it. They've secured overtime at the very least, if not putting a best foot forward to go onto Cobblestone.
Yes, either situation definitely likely at this point. We'll go into round number 29. I had to say, Scream, I thought he could do better there. It was like he wanted to kind of have that passive hold, then went to commit, didn't really hit anyone. He's been lacking in terms of his, like, what he's been famed for, that brutal aim, and haven't really seen too much of that with the M4A4. He's been relying on sprays, and that's been letting him down here and there. It's going to be 15-13, though, going to the final few rounds. Team EnVyUs looking for overtime here. Difficult buy for them. They have reset the bonus of Ballistics. They win this round, maybe they can just about force this to overtime. This is the round that pretty much decides them.
Karis. Oh, that's so close. So close to taking XMX. SMS? Text message?
Yes.
Nearly got his head. Not quite. JZ backs all the way down to go get the bomb. RPK will get plus in, so it's a start for Envy that they very much needed. And you're right, this very well could be the game this round as they boost up. Scream above the smoke. It's got to step up and get the accuracy at this point in time as an additional smoke will be deployed off the top of Banana. They're not fully committed. Look at the positioning. Hold on, look at Happy. You want to talk about a lurk? This is perfect lurk as he gets one quick kill. Golden tries to face him off. Damage done onto him. He's down to 24. No one's going to counter push from Banana, which I thought they might try and do as they'd be completely disoriented, but it's going to force them back to middle where they have to go by Happy. He peeks it at the right time, and they're going to walk up middle where they cross RPK, who misses a shot and oversteps it. That's a big misplay. It opens up the site. They still have one player at Graveyard, but he's missed his opening shot. Sixer goes back for more, closes it, makes no mistake, and it goes 14-15.
And I think that guarantees overtime as well. We've got 2-3 players on around the 2K mark. Barton and Golden, I think about 3,200, so they're going to struggle here. Anything can happen in CSGO, though. They'll just be all in for this round, hope for the best. Probably sticking a 5-man unit, trying to maybe get that first pick. They'll take a pause at this point, but here's Sixer. RPK gave the frag away at the bedroom, but Sixer, he managed to secure it, deny the plan as well. That's a key point. The fact he stopped that bomb going down. I've got this like little handshake down. It's the same every time. It's like a double tap.
Boom, boom.
They always did that. He used to sit next to Kenny S. They always used to do that as well.
Kenny, yes.
What happened to the cool secret handshakes everyone had?
G2 has them still.
That's who
had them. Yeah, yeah.
I didn't see it.
Did we see it at Pro League?
Yeah, I didn't see it.
What was the event we saw it at?
Star Ladder.
Star Ladder? But I think we saw it again since then, didn't we?
I haven't seen it since Star
Did we
Ladder.
not see it at Pro League?
No, I don't think so.
Oh. No, you're right. I don't think we did. They definitely did it at Star Ladder quite a lot. Because we were making fun of them. We were going to make our own.
We did make our own. We tried it.
We did. It was pretty good, actually, if I remember correctly.
Yeah.
I think it was very good, if you ask me.
Yeah, we normally do ours naked, though. You can't do it properly in clothes.
It's true. It includes a windmill.
God,
All kinds of windmills. And you play meat spin. You spin me right round, baby. Oh! Sixer, Karis, dead.
That's got all the information we needed. Covered all the bases.
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Yeah.
Minimalist. Up toward A they go with the pop flash out off of the chimney. It's Happy inside of the pit. RPK's already got plus and down. Happy's going to rotate in. Good shot. Round done. Overtime secure. We will finally get an overtime today. It's PGL. I was starting to think something was weird or we weren't actually in the simulation anymore and we found the real world because we always get overtimes here.
Yeah, that's true. No one ever wants to just clean it out and finish off early. They're going to staying on the same sides. It is Valve regulation rules, so MR3, 10K. CG star for EnVyUs. They're looking for that 3-0. If they get that...
To be fair, at the minor they did last year, that was the European minor, the first one ever, which led to Columbus. It was a Valve minor, and they did MR5 then.
Really?
Yeah. So I think Valve's either clamped down or PGL has agreed to do MR3. I think PGL agreed to do the MR3 as well because they were sick of all the triple and quadruple and quintuple, octo overtimes. We're
into it, though. Straight away. Nice and fast. No head armor for the CTs required. They want to keep their money strong. And it looks like this is their favorite setup. They don't go for the AWP off the bat on either side.
We haven't seen an AWP really at all in this game, to be fair.
Sixer had that great round at it towards Arch side. That's about it, though.
We had one last round as well to get the opening pick and put us essentially where we are now. Look at Sixer this time on Arch, but with the M4. Plusson that's waiting patiently, trying to find his way up toward the Arch. Look at the boost up. That's such good positioning. One inside of apartments, and then RPK thinks he can get in beside double stack, walks out, he's in the open at Golden, who's up on the ledge. Very good movement to get him in position and Setch, but Sixer's got 2 kills in return. So everything they did that was so good has just come undone, except for the fact that they've got a bomb plant down to work with, and Baten's got Sixer back into it with a one-man advantage. The Molotov off in the apartment, someone coming that direction with Scream. He wants to walk through the smoke. He's actually gotten inside of it without being spotted, so he's got position on Golden as XMS takes care of. They've turned this around. In the open is Bothan. He's very, very low. 13 HP, flashes himself out. Tries to go for the early pick, hoping XMS would turn his back. He's not going to. Envy's going to pick up the first round.
What a great start from Ballistics. You like that boost. It was very good to watch, getting on the first little ledge, then towards the quad, and then the balcony itself. 2 kills coming in. Very slow and methodical. Once they got the picks, they exploded on the site. But Sixer, he held his nerve. He did enough. He only gets 2 kills, but it was enough to do considerable damage, find the frags, and then buy some time for his teammates there. And the retake coming in, the 2 versus 1. It was XMS to finish off the job. 1-0 for EnVyUs. The AWP come out on either side. Sixer purchased it for the CTs, of course, and Jason Walkins on the T side. Like we said, EnVyUs can get the 3-0 here. I would say that's the job done, but they are one step closer to finding that scoreline. Good nades towards Banana. Not doing a ton of damage, but at least sending a message.
Botton's getting some damage taken. Molotov onto him. Where's he on the map at this point? Inside a boiler, it seems. Patience from Sixer. RPK is not far from him underneath of the atrium and will be able to swing out should he be required. There we go. Perfect look. May be required as well. Sixer's got to be cautious of the fact that they're going to be going out from boiler. Spots the shoulder, flash in, tries to jump away. This is when RPK gets baited in, goes aggressive, but only manages 1 kill. Utility slowed, and Sixer's able to capitalize upon the opportunity. Kara's gone, but has he discovered? I think he has. But Golden's been able to slip by them. They start to look back over toward the archer. Apparently not. Sixer's got no idea. Good positioning? Yes, he does. I thought his back was exposed and he'd given up on the thought, but reconsiders, finds the kill. JZ goes down. It's 2 rounds in a row for Envy to get to 17.
Six has been an absolute hero the last like 5 rounds. Like quiet game generally from him, but when it's really mattered, backs against the wall, that's when he's really stepped it up. This is very impressive. I think he's turned his game around. He's actually on 24 kills, and I think most of those have come from the last 5 or 6 rounds. So great work from him. Another fantastic round at A bomb site. 2-0 now. Money starting to dwindle. So 1 UMP, 4 AKs. Money not great after JZ walking by that orb. 3-0 imminence. We'll see whether Ballistics got anything left in the chamber.
Sixer watching to make sure they don't push through the smoke at the top. Doesn't have to do all that work alone. He's got RPK to do the same thing from the quad side. I guess he feels more passive. He has on a lot of occasions, to be fair, inside of the A site, elected to go back and play the site itself around the boxes. As Sixer, forced off of the arch side, wants to go back out. RPK's already started it, but he's traded back and happy. Will have no effect in this round from pain, aside from good damage, but damage ultimately doesn't matter where an AWP gets the kill, does it? Still be credited for the assist, and a mere 2 damage will be credited to the AWP, but it's a kill nonetheless. They're going to camp inside of the site. 2 players stuck here before they could get away after the bomb goes down. Graveyard position for Pleasant on 13. Just to control his peak and be timely. Can't get the shot on Sixer. That opens up a window of opportunity as they spring through. Golden down on top of the box. Karis left in the open. Sixer knows where he is. They'll get all 3 rounds on the Envy side of CT overtime. And that's much, much better than how regulation went.
Sixer is a god. He has just gone absolute beast mode in the last like 7 rounds. My God, he's done it again. I hope we get to see that from his POV. That shot he got from the apartments toward the bomb site just looked unreal. 3-0. We said it was a possibility. I'm sure this is going to be the replay. That's just the replay of the PT50 kill. I wanted to see that orb shot, but still, that's enough. Low HP. You see what it means to him as well. Make sure you keep holding E. Double tap comes in as standard. My analysis of the high fives.
Double tap.
Yeah.
Press E. Press F to pay your respects for Ballistics, potentially, because if they lose 1 more round...
They're out of the tournament.
Yep. Well...
yeah.
It depends. They could win 3 first, and then the statement no longer applies. They could force double overtime in theory. Just have to, put asterisks, disclaimer.
Okay, but let's just say if that doesn't happen...
Yeah, if they lose 1 more round, they're out.
Yeah. Better storyline.
Yeah, I agree. But you know how it is in the days, modern days. You got to claim everything, otherwise someone will see you in court. Golden's not going to have his day in court. He's just going to have his day at the morgue. Sixer's got him down, shot through the wall. Back to the rifle for Sixer on the T side. No AWP in play. Already been eradicated as it's Batan that's going to be put up. I feel like I say his name differently every time, Henry.
Well,
but he's
might not have to say it any longer.
He's got to give us something different, though, to work with this. Happy takes down JZ. You're right. I may not have to say it any longer at all. Flashes coming out. Their T side was effective in the opener. It was the CT side that left them struggling and reeling to try and get it into overtime. Screams got Pleasant on the way through. B side completely open. Bomb to be planted at Envy. Despite playing some very... Yeah, he's still over toward the A site. Starts to go back over now.
Love to see that.
RPK's got potential. So it's just Karis remaining. But Envy, after playing some very questionable and shaky CS...
They were saved by Sixer, man, honestly.
It's saved by Sixer in this game. Saved by XMS's ace in the last game. And they're going to make it through to the playoffs, which means they have a 75% chance that they'll make it through to the major qualifier. I think that makes sense. 4 teams, 3 out of 4 going through. Wow. But they do it. They do it in overtime.
Rough day.
Very rough day.
Yeah, this is not the EnVyUs that's going to win this tournament. They're just looking for the top 3 at this point. They continue this sort of form, they'll be lucky to get that. So, better. They started off horribly. They lost cash to this very team, but bounced back in the 3. Not their best play. I think they're operating about 40% efficiency right now. This is not the team we're looking for to be contending for that top 10 sort of leaderboard at the moment, which they were in Dallas. They look great there. So XMS, Sixer, like you said, the saviors. We do need RBK and Schooner to start showing up. Happy was like up and down. Started off very slowly. Had some decent maps in this best of 3, but generally I would say Sixer and XMS are the heroes for EnVyUs today. Commiserations though to Ballistics. They did look distant. I don't think anyone expected them to make any sort of dent in this tournament. They've had EnVyUs on the ropes, and that's impressive. I have to say that was quite cool.
Yeah, I think there was something to take away from it, kind of like Pain Gaming from the North American, well, I shouldn't say NA minor, the Americas minor to be precise.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's something in it. We didn't expect much from them. They played quite well. They were good individually. Still some issues, obviously, with their T sides as well. Better on Inferno, but lots of issues CT sides for both teams here, which is interesting parallel. But Envy make it through, Big make it through. We get the group result we expected, but not the way that we expected it to go.
But everything's been, just to reiterate now, they go to the playoff. That means everything's reset now, so they get a second life, essentially, and they should be absolutely fine. But we're done here, Matt.
We are done.
That's the last game
That's
of the day.
I'm out. I'm undressing
this
already.
Is going to be, well, we'll get on with that, and we'll throw this over to Paul. Over to you.
Good camera switch, just in time. Thanks very much, Jensen. Go and get some well-earned rest and be back for Day 2's Group B matches. Thank you very much to Sanakist and to Henry, of course, for the commentary. Our last two men are on the panel right now with Harry and with the one and only Thorin. I want to get too excited by it. I mean, let's just wrap this up for everyone that hasn't watched all day. When they come back and they look at Liquipedia or they look at the stats and they look at HLTV, they'll look at this and go, oh yeah, Big and Envy, yeah, well, obviously they went through it. But this was a struggle.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, obviously, there were times in the series we saw before this where EnVyUs could have got 2-0. They could already been out of this. This could be Ballistics playing against the other guys. So, kind of, they've got through, but they have to know this by the skin of their teeth. I mean, admittedly, this wasn't the last map. This was their map kind of to play with. They were kind of playing with house money once they got it to overtime there. But I think, unfortunately, it's true. What I liked about EnVyUs, okay, the way they won this game was this map, when they were saying there, like, not great T-sides from both teams, I feel like the similarity that this version of Inferno shares with the old one is that you can't just sit back and play kind of the passive CT style, actually, that, believe it or not, Ballistics was getting work done on Cobble, on Cash, and that map, those maps it works on. Yep. This map has always been like an information map. You have to kind of make a good read because you have to keep switching up your CT setup. And at the end there, they did a really good job. Every round on CT, EnVyUs had a totally different setup. So they had the one round where actually Happy were really aggressive with that super push all the way behind.
I mean, that was on a partial buy where they could have been out.
That's a huge gamble, you know. If they just come back up the middle, he's kind of up creek, you know. And on the other rounds, the ones where they did play more passive, they kept varying that setup, you know. So the key thing was you had this Ballistics team who started to look a bit more and more kind of reticent on the T side. They clearly didn't have confidence in it. And then they get a totally different look every time. So they're not quite sure where they're going to be. They're going even slower. And Sixer really came alive at the end.
Yeah, I mean, if we give MVPs away for just overtime, Sixer wins every MVP ever. Because that was a fantastic performance in overtime from him.
Yeah, I mean, overtime and throughout, I think, just the whole game. He was someone who, you know, Envy, when we look at them, they're a team that like to kind of take these gambles, and that's where I think a lot of their strengths are as they go for these kind of risky plays. But the issue is, throughout all of today, is when they have gone for these risky plays, they've failed and then just tried to follow up with more risks and just kept throwing it away. There he is, Sixer, the man that, you know, we're speaking about, the MVP. And, you know, I mean, something I was going to say is he was such a key player. He was the one who was trading that out if none of the risks paid off. He was the one, kind of the backbone of the team. And that's shown quite well here. I mean, 6 trade kills. Yeah, I mean, 5 retake / post-plant kind of kills as well. He was phenomenal in all of those scenarios where they needed him to be the strong sort of backbone behind the rest of the team.
Yeah, delivered on some of his promise early on in time. Yeah, I don't think he's had a bad tournament so far.
No, he's been all right. I mean, he started off a bit slow, you know. He had some issues early on, but I mean, obviously, he was actually good in the first Ballistics game. He was kind of the guy keeping them alive on the CT side. Now, the problem here is EnVyUs have started to show some signs on the maps that they were good here towards the end of the last series, towards the end of this one, of looking good, like getting it done. But I also feel like this was a classic example of where this is why if you're the inexperienced team, you can't just give the better team, essentially, a million chances, you know, because not only are they going to take advantage of them, but you can't guarantee you're going to keep putting yourself in the great position, you know. So it felt like they did wilt a little bit there, and then once they were down, I mean, you could see their expressions on their faces. They never, even when they had, you know, they were already at overtime at a minimum, they had the last round or so to play with, they didn't look like they believed they were going to win that one.
Yeah, I mean, that's part of the problem for Ballistics, isn't it? When they get into these kind of positions, they don't have that experience to lend on that perhaps EnVyUs do. They don't have that. We've been here before. We know how this works. We know how to settle ourselves back down. We know how to get to round 16.
Yeah.
So what do they do to cope with that?
Yeah, I mean, I think like fatigue and resilience are two things that teams that are very experienced kind of learn to both bring and like put up with. And usually that's kind of why we see it go through to OT. I think we kind of unanimously agree that the second it did hit that overtime that we thought Envy would have taken it for that reason alone, in the sense of having to try and long it out, having to try and brave through even those extra, potentially 6 rounds to go ahead and close out a map is incredibly daunting to a team that aren't as experienced as a team like Envy, who have got that experience in that scenario to keep playing up to the standard, and if anything, go above and beyond what you were doing in the full time to actually bring kind of a higher level of skill almost into the overtime, if you would. Sixer, you mentioned him. I think in the OT he was the one who really brought that home, especially it was on that CT. Right on there. What was it? How have I forgotten? It was my one.
The 3 CT sides, and then they won the 1
okay,
T
there
side.
we go. That's what I was going to say. Yeah, on their T side, I think he did some phenomenal stuff to help open things up. And on their CT sides, he was the one who kept them in it a couple of times. In that last round, that was it. On their CT side, it came down to the 1v1 that never should have really been, but he managed to clutch it out. So yeah. Good stuff from him, I think, overall.
Very good stuff indeed. We've also going to have some words with one of the EnVy players. Scream joins us hopefully right now. How are you doing?
Yes. Hey guys, how are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I don't know if you can.
Are you
can you
feeling? Are you feeling relieved?
Yeah, I mean, it was a really slow start, and
Yeah.
we did we didn't know if we could make it, but
Yeah.
we did it finally.
It's been a tough day, a long day, I guess, for you. You played a lot of Counter-Strike today. Happy said to us this morning, you guys didn't feel too good this morning. You didn't really feel it. You didn't get into the game very well. Has it got better for you through the day?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. It's like I don't know why we do this. Like we always need 1 or 2 maps to wake up. Like we always start slowly. We everyone is like sleeping on TeamSpeak, communication and stuff.
You need to stop going out the night before.
Yeah, that's true.
And in terms of the last matchup, how did you guys approach this? What did you talk about before you went into this game against Ballistics?
I mean, we definitely want to take revenge from the first game because we played really bad, and that's what we did, and I'm really happy about it. We just played our own game, and we started to motivate each other and try to communicate better. I think that's the main point why we won.
You seem to come together a bit better towards the end of the, almost towards overtime. Fired you all up. You all seemed to be much happier. You were high-fiving and fist-bumping. We didn't see that early on, so what changed?
Like me or the whole team?
Just the whole team. You just all seemed much happier towards the end of the game.
I mean, I don't think we took the first game seriously as we should have.
Right.
We just realized after losing the first game that we're at the minor and we need to qualify for the major. That's the main goal, and we try to tell that ourselves for 2 hours before the game. So we came into the game really motivated and ready.
Okay, I've got Harry and Thorin here. Have you got any questions for Scream?
Yeah, so obviously there's some big names in your team. Yourself, RPK, Happy, veterans of the scene, even Sixer from 1.6. But XMS is the player that not a lot of people knew before this team, people who didn't see him when he was in LDLC. What do you think he does in your team? What kind of role does he play? What does he bring to the team?
Yeah, actually, I didn't know him before either.
Okay.
Even when he was LDLC, I didn't know. I didn't know he was that good. But one day I played with him some pug. I saw his potential, aim-wise and skill. That guy can shoot, So I mean, we took him, and he's we took him as entry fragger. That's a role he doesn't normally play, but I mean, he has some difficulties with this, but that's what we needed, and he's the entry killer, and he's getting better and better, but he's really great player. Sometimes his headshots I don't know, like he did today, it was headshot machine, as you say. But yeah.
Okay, since we already know the results of this group, you and Big go through. The other group is the one where, I mean, it seems like that one could go a lot of ways. Who's your kind of pick for that one? Who do you feel is going to be the team that's going to come out and could be a tough challenge?
LDLC, Penta, that's the other group.
iGame.
Yeah. iGame and Dignitas.
I think Dignitas are good. I don't know about LDLC. I think it's either they're gonna be getting wrecked like we did the first game, or either they're gonna play good. I don't know. But I feel like Penta and Dignitas are gonna be the one going through. I don't know. Anything can happen.
Anything can happen. Harry, you got anything for Scream?
I was just going to say, how are you feeling after XMS tried to kind of take your title of the headshot machine earlier with that ace?
Yeah, I think I don't know. I was really surprised, but you know, I'm not trying to play. I'm not trying to play with this style anymore. I'm trying to, you know, I'm trying to. I don't know. I'm just trying new things, and you know, I'm struggling sometimes. But I don't know. I'm not going for the taps anymore. And I mean, when I saw his action, yeah, I kind of missed it, you know. But yeah, he did really good. I'm proud of him, and I'm proud of the whole team. They played really good. And
so where do you see yourself right now? Because we know how good you can be, and we've seen you as a world-class player in the past, but it doesn't feel like the Scream that we know and love before. Where do you feel you are?
I think like as a whole team, like anyway, we're still like searching ourselves, like trying to find like the best roles for everyone. So I'm kind of lost, to be honest. I'm like in the middle, trying to find my place and trying to feel good, but some games it's going good, some games it's going bad, and I'm just trying to get more consistent. But yeah, I mean it's coming slowly, but yeah, I mean I don't know.
What is that? Is it lack of confidence? Is it just trying to wait and see how the team performs? What is it that's stopping you from playing so well?
I think we have a very different game style as we had in G2 as first. G2 was like more freedom.
Right.
So I think that's what made me like confident with myself, and yeah, we don't have the same game style, so I need to I need to adapt and try to find a new place, like a new game style that works with it. And yeah.
All right. Well, we'll say thank you very much for joining us, and good luck tomorrow. Good luck the following day. You get a day's break tomorrow. I think you deserve that, right?
Yeah.
You get some sleep now, Scream.
Very scary day. Thank you guys. Have a nice.
Thanks very much. That's a Scream from Envy, and they are safely through eventually to the semi-finals of the upper bracket, and as Matt said earlier on, a 75% chance. I'm not sure that's the right math or not.
Doesn't really work that way.
But 3 out of 4 places is they're in with a shot of at least one of those places, and they've got 3 opportunities.
We don't pay him for knowing mathematics.
No,
you know, he's mainly there to sound Canadian
and look
good. Know, just a bit of fast talking,
right.
You know, smoke and mirrors.
Right.
Next thing you know, Henry's saying something. You know, that's how I experience it anyway.
Right. Yeah. I mean, sometimes Henry says stuff.
Again, you know, he also just kind of fills sometimes, you know.
Right.
So I kind of feel like they're just there to talk until we come on, you know. We need a break every now and then.
Yeah, no, absolutely. It gives us a
tough.
rest, right? Yeah, it is tough. Interesting that he says he feels a bit lost, Duncan.
I'm glad that he admits it, you know. I mean, there's a lot of players who are very stubborn, you know, especially if they're actually very good players, and they kind of feel like, you know, especially because they don't want to admit, like, that's kind of like a vulnerable thing to say, you know, I don't really know where I am as a team, you know. Oh, my last team, actually, I preferred that game style. I was working better for me. So it is clear he's not playing at that level, you know. I mean, Scream of last year would dominate this tournament. He would have torn these teams up, you know, single-handedly. So he knows something's off. But I think actually, at least knowing that that's the problem and seeing, you know, I'm going to have to adapt. I'm going to have to change things.
I mean, he said that as well, didn't he?
These are positive signs, I think.
I need to adapt. He didn't say the team needs to change or we need to swap our tactics. He was very honest about. No, I need to adapt.
That's a good sign going forwards.
Yeah, it's good stuff from him. Harry, what did you make of it?
Yeah, I mean, I think that kind of rings true as well. When we kind of saw the first performance from MV, how Scream did phenomenally well, but then the rest of the team kind of suffered as a result. Whereas now you look at it and the whole team's kind of doing better overall. Scream isn't having like these amazing performances anymore. But yeah, I think it is just a case of adapting. And you know, as you guys summed up quite well, the fact that they're willing to admit that and actively, you know, say that they're trying to work on it is a very good sign, because so many teams just go from that kind of very, very proud perspective of no, we are the best, and we're fine. There's no problems, and you know, everything's kind of burning down behind them. It's all just, you know, just gone to pot, and they're ignoring
the Iraqi foreign minister for whatever it was. Yeah, no tanks here and everything. Yeah, I mean, I think it's quite humble of them as well in a way. They've not come in here and been all cocky and, you know, said, yeah, we're Envy, we deserve to win, we should be at the majors and all the rest of it. They've got to fight for their places here, and they have fought very hard today.
Yeah, and that's a key difference, because actually the EnVyUs of last year, even though their results weren't much better than this, they were the team where, you know, certain players within the team were in denial of the problems, you know, and kept thinking he could kind of keep doing the same things over and over again, and that, you know, if this guy just fixed his play, what I'm doing would be okay. So it was kind of a mess in that team, and, you know, that kind of marriage had to break up at some point in time. And at least now, I think they've taken stock of the fact that, there wasn't going to be 2 super teams formed. Yeah, the good players have gone over here. So what we've got left, we've got to start at the bottom again. We've got to reformulate entirely. And hopefully we can build into being a good team again, but it'll be a different team. It won't be the old EnVyUs.
Yeah, so something we can look forward to watching grow as they make their way through. But sometimes it's going to be painful for Envy fans, I'm sure. But they are safely through to the semi-finals of the upper bracket. Let's close things up by showing you that bracket right now as to how it exactly panned out. Earlier on today, we saw Ballistics beating Envy in the opening match on Cash, Big making their way through against Kinguin, and then taking on Ballistics, taking them all the way to 30 rounds, but it was Big that came through as the #1 seed from Group A. And we've just seen Envy coming back against Ballistics after coming into overtime on Game 2. They were also taken to all 3 maps earlier on against Kinguin as well. So that's pretty much it from day one. Thank you very much, Harry. Thank you to Thorin, and thank you also to Sadakist and to Henry G and all of the people behind the scenes, obviously, for a very long first day here in Group A. But that's it, just 1 day down of 4. Tomorrow we'll move on to Group B before seeing the semi-finals of the upper bracket, finding our first 2 teams qualified through from Europe. We're looking for 3 to fill up the 13 that already exist. 16 teams at the offline finals. We'll see you tomorrow for Group B.